Lovely calm morning. We will be heading that way soon. So that's the entrance of the Albert Channel between the mainland here and Rawhiti Island. Good morning, Rawhiti. I've just pulled the main up as we have the first sign of a breeze. That's Rawhiti Bay, Rawhiti Island. Left the Albert Channel and we're basically doing wind speed at the moment, so I think we will continue motoring. Currently just on the port engine. I think we're going to have some big waves shortly. Through the water very much better. Very nice vessel. I've just put the lures out, knowing my luck it will be sausages for tea again tonight. We can now see Piercy or Hole in the Rock Island. Might be a bit soon, but there's the start of convection clouds over the mainland, and right at the moment a whisper of a northerly, but it's pretty early for the sea breeze to arrive. Now, this is called Twins Rock. I'm sure we'll see why shortly. It's up from 50 metres depth, almost vertically. There's two, maybe that's why it's called Twins. strikes on the lures. Oh well, we're risking fate. We have about 5 knots from about northwest, so we're running some jibes, thinking about the code 0, because I can leave that up when it's furled, at least until after we anchor. That one's called Bird Rock. There's Piercy Island and Cape Brett, and we're just about to deploy the code 0. We're broad reaching at about 150 degrees apparent. Not the ideal angle for a code 0, but it is so much easier to deal with because I can furl it and leave it up. Can't do that with the Jenica. We're making slow but steady progress. With all the effort of putting the code 0 up, I think we'll go wide once again so we don't lose the wind. There's a tour boat about to go through the hole. No, it's going past. There's the Cape Brett lighthouse. There's a cove in front of the tourist boat. A few years ago, one of the tourist boats lost an engine in there and got wrecked in a total write-off. So they're probably a bit more cautious these days. Well, not the tidiest of jibes, but we made it. A bit more wind is always helpful. So we're going outside Piercy or Hole on the Rock Island. One of our last looks back to the Bay of Islands. The swell is a bit more obvious out here. It probably is 2.5 metres. Very long period and not actually causing any problems at all. I'm sure it was a sight to behold out here a couple of days ago. We have been out in a much bigger swell than this. Now that's a big boat. We'll soon be out from under the cliffs at Cape Brett, and that should calm the seas down a bit because it's a bit bumpy at the moment with the swells and the backwash off the cliffs. Wind's moved north, so we jibe back on the port again. Looks like it's going to be jibes down the coast. And here's a nice cat. Now we're away from the cliffs by Cape Brett. It's much more comfortable and the swell's really not a problem. Every other yacht I've seen out here is motoring. I've got the luff fairly slack to get a bit more round in the front. Anchor's not fully up, which means I can deploy it and still leave the prod in place. We're currently running an apparent wind angle of about 130 degrees. Finally, someone else sailing. Very nice looking Jenica. Now, I know it's not a race, but we are sailing after all. So they're going higher and faster than us. I think our VMG is better. Of course, they're probably not aiming where we're aiming. Now there's home point ahead. And the next thing sticking out is getting closer to Whangaruru Harbour, which is our current destination, and I don't see a reason to change. Foam left over from the big swell hitting the rocks. There's been a lot of it. Something else is going up. Could be a storm jib. Bland Bay through there. We've jibed again. Haven't quite got the angle right yet, but we'll get there. Looks like we have seaweed for dinner. And more seaweed for dinner. more seaweed, I think we will call it a day. That's Danger Rock. Jibed again, much easier with a bit of wind, it blows the sail around the front. We've probably got 12 to 15 apparent, sea breeze is building, we're not far from our end point which is Whangaruru Harbour. We've jibed inside Danger Rock. I will jibe soon and head that way. Like we still lead. So this is Henry Island here. You can pass either side of it. In the far distance is Whangaruru. We're anchored in Admirals Bay, Whangaruru. It's quite sheltered in here, also shallow. Wind's going to go southwest this evening. Whangaruru is over there behind the headland. The harbour continues up quite a way, but it gets quite shallow. It's just after low tide, water's certainly not clear. There's a lot of weed floating around following the big swells recently. Well, the sea breeze has stopped and the southwesterly land breeze is starting, and I'll probably die off just after midnight. We can see these boats are starting to turn around, so you can see the calm in the distance and then the ripples closer in. Because the anchor bridle was not quite in the right position with all the rigging for the Code Zero, I took the easy option, and rather than re-rig the Code Zero, just tied it to one of the bows for the night, and then it can go back on the prod.